friends, and welcome to our review day in our workbook for lesson 13. So this is our last day of workbook pages, and then tomorrow we'll be doing our review, and then our comprehension check will be Thursday. So make sure if there's anything you're not comfortable with, you are asking questions today. So we are going to be doing pages 285 through 288. So there's 8 practice problems, so not too bad. But we are going to jump right on in so this video doesn't get too long. And when we finish, you're working on either iReady, getting those lessons done, or your path, okay? So on page 285, let's start with number 1. So it says, a bag of potatoes weighs 5 pounds. The bag is placed on a scale, and the unit scale is ounces. What does the scale show? Show your work. And we have a little note over here. That's why it's always important to check everything on your paper. We wouldn't give you a question if we didn't give you all the information you needed, right? So 16 ounces in 1 pound. So that means we're going to take the 5 pounds of potatoes and multiply it by the 16 ounces to figure out how many ounces of potatoes this bag is. So we can count by 5s, or you can just multiply 16 times 5. So off to the side over here, I'm going to just do some quick math. So 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 10 is 5, plus 3 more is 8. So our answer is 80. So we have 80 ounces of potatoes. Okay? And again, if at any point you feel confused or lost, just pause the video and come join the Google Meet. So, 2 pounds of potatoes are taken out of the bag. What does the scale show now? So first we have 5, and you need to take away the 2 pounds from the bag. So we have 5 pounds minus 2 pounds, okay? And that gives us 3. So we have 3 pounds left over in this bag. Now we need to figure out how much it shows on the scale. And remember, the scale shows ounces. So again, we're going to use this conversion. So we have the 3 pounds instead of the 5, but it's the same idea otherwise. So we have 3 pounds times 16 ounces. So again, I'm just going to do some quick math off to the side. We have 16 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 10 is 30, plus 1 more is 40. So 16 times 3 is 48 ounces of potatoes. So friends, if you have any questions on this type of problem, please pause here and come join the meet. I'll be happy to walk you through it, okay? If not, you can pause to jot any of this down, and if you're ready, we're moving on to page 286. 1 page already down, friends. We're almost there. 1 down. So, number 2 says, the amount of liquid in 3 containers is shown below. Order the liquids from least to greatest and show your work. So, first we need to get them all into the same conversion, right? So, for this, I'm going to get everything into cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw some lines to keep my work separated. We know I like my work being organized, right? We got to keep our numbers in line. So, and again, off to the side, they give us a little key. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. There are 4 cups in a quart. So 4 quarts is equal to 1 gallon. 4 cups is equal to 1 quart, okay? So 2 gallons, we need to get that into cups. So first we have 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So we're going to do 2 gallons times 4 quarts. Now we know that is 8. So we have 8 quarts, okay? And then we now have to use the other conversion because we have to get that down to cups. So we have quarts to cups. So 1 quart is equal to 4 cups. So if we have 8 quarts, we're going to multiply 8 times the 4 cups. And we know that that is equal to 32 cups. So this is how many cups are in 2 gallons, 32. Now, we have to keep moving on though. So now we have quarts. We want to make quarts into cups. So we can just use this first conversion. We don't need to use 2 again because we're already in the quarts. So we need the quarts to the cups. So if 1 quart is equal to 4 cups, we can do 3 quarts times 4 cups, and that'll give us 12 cups. Okay? Easy peasy. Oops, sorry, friends. And then this one is already in cups, so we don't have to do any math there. So we have something that's 32 cups, something that's 12 cups, and something that's 15 cups. Now we had to convert everything into cups because you cannot compare something that is not equal. So we had to put it into equal units. So now we have to put them in order from least to greatest, their original liquid measurement. So that means we are putting these in order from least to greatest. So the smallest one is the 3 quarts because it's 12 cups. So we have 3 quarts. And then next would be the 15 cups. And then after that would be the 32 cups or the 2 gallons, okay? Now this one was tricky, but the trick to this is to always pick the unit that is the smallest, just because it's easier for us to get to the smallest one, obviously, with conversions. So it's important that we always pick the smallest unit. So if we know that's cups, because we know quarts are bigger, and then we know gallons are the largest. So we had to change everything over into cups. But like you can see here, one of them required 2 steps. One of them required 1 step, and then one of them was already in cups for us. So it's just a matter of converting to the smallest unit and making them all the same. Now again, if you're confused on this, please pause here and come ask me, okay? Now, number 3. Aaron is 63 inches tall. In order to ride a roller coaster, a person must be 5 feet tall. Is Aaron tall enough to ride the roller coaster? How many more inches shorter or taller is he than 5 feet? Okay, so we have 2 questions here. We first have to figure out if he's taller than 5 feet to get on the ride. And then we have to find the difference and see how many inches shorter or taller he is. And guess what, friends? They gave us a clue again. We already knew this one, but 12 inches are in a foot. So, first we need to figure out how tall he is in feet. So we're going to take his 63 inches. Excuse me, friends. So we're going to take his 63 inches, and then for this one, we're actually taking the smaller unit and going into the bigger one. So I suggest we make a table, okay? So on the top, I'm going to write feet, okay? So I'm going to have 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot. Okay, and I'm also going to do a 6th one just in case he happens to be a little bit taller than 5 feet, okay? So in 1 foot, we have 12 inches, right? 12 times 2 for 2 feet would be 24, right? So then we're going to just keep on adding 12. So 24 plus 12 is 36, okay? We're still not at 63, so we have to keep going. So then we're going to add another 12. So then we're at 48. And then we're going to be at 5 feet, which is 60. Now, 60 plus 12 is 72, so we know we're stopping somewhere here, right? Because at 5 feet is 60 inches, and we know that because 12 times 5 is 60. So that means he is 5 feet, but then because he's 63, he is 5 feet and 3 inches tall. So he has a little bit left over. He's not 6 feet, but he's a little bit over 5 feet. So he's 5 feet, 3 inches. So, is Aaron tall enough to ride the roller coaster? Yeah, he is. He only needs to be 5 feet, and he's 5'3". So that means he has 3 inches extra on the ride requirement. So we're going to look. And the first one says, yes, he is 3 inches taller than 5 feet, which he is. So we're going to circle A. Because he's not 13 inches taller than 5 feet. He's not 7 inches shorter than 5 feet, and he's not 17 inches shorter than 5 feet either. He's just 3 inches over the requirement. But Tina also chose A. So how did she get that answer? Well, that's easy. She multiplied, just like we did. We just did it in the table format, but you also could have just done 12 times 5 is equal to 60, right? So she multiplied the minimum to find the minimum height. So 5 feet times 12 inches is equal to 60 inches. And then from there, Aaron is 3 inches taller. So he can ride. So again, this one, like I said, it might be a little easier to fill it in this way so you can visually see it. But if you can understand your 12s tables well enough to say, I know 12 times 5 is 60 and he's 3 inches taller than that, totally fine as well, okay? I've been saying it all week. Whatever works the best for you is fine with me, okay? If you have any questions, though, please, please, please pause and ask so I can help you. But if you feel okay, we can move on to number 4. We're halfway there after this, friends. We got this. So, Ming buys a watermelon with a mass of 6 kilograms. She cuts off the rind, and the remaining watermelon has a mass of 2,500 grams. What is the mass of the rind? So again, this is a 2-step problem. First, we need to figure out how many how many grams are in a kilogram, right? So, did they tell us that in this one, or do I need to go back to an old lesson? Hold on one second, friends. I want to make sure I don't give you the wrong conversion. So, 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams, okay? Just so we know that. This is our conversion we're going to need for this problem. So, we already know it's 6 kilograms altogether, right? The watermelon itself is 6 kilograms, but we need to find kilograms into grams. So that means we're going to do 6 kilograms times 1,000 grams, which is going to give us 6,000 grams. Now, this is the full watermelon with the rind. Now, they cut off the rind, and the remaining watermelon has 2,500 grams. So, we're going to take the full watermelon, which we got 6,000, and we're going to subtract 2,500 to get a final answer of 3,500 grams. So that means the mass of the rind was pretty heavy. It weighed more than the leftover watermelon, right? It was 3,500 grams. So again, sometimes you need to do a conversion before you solve the actual problem, okay? If you just did 6 and 2,500 minus 6, you would not have gotten the correct answer, okay? So it's important that you're paying attention to your conversions. Now, for this next one, we have tell whether each measurement is equal to 2 yards and 1 foot. Now, we have to first figure out how many excuse me, I'm sorry. I keep sneezing. So, yards are equal to, 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, right? So we need to figure that out first because we need to keep it all in the same measurement. Because if we look at our options, we have feet, inches, feet, yard, feet, inches, right? So we need to also know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. Now, we have 2 yards and 1 foot. So first let's try putting that into just feet. So if we have 2 yards, that would be 6 feet, right? Because if it's 1 yard is 3 feet, 2 yards is 6 feet, plus 1 more is 7 feet. So this is equal to 7 feet. So is 4 feet equal to 7 feet? No. But now we have to figure out, is 84 inches equal to 7 feet? So to figure out the number of feet, we know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, right? So we need to multiply 12 feet, sorry, not 12 feet, 12 inches by 7 feet. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, you can also stack it. So we can do 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 10 is 70, plus 1 more is 84. So 7 inches, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, friends, 12 inches by 7 feet is 84 inches. So that means this one works. Now, we also said 2 yards is equal to 6 feet, right? Because 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So 2 yards is equal to 6 feet. Sorry, I thought that would be easier to read. So 2 yards is equal to 6 feet. So if we have 6 feet here plus 1 foot, we know it's equal to 7 feet. So obviously 7 feet is equal to 7 feet. That was easy. But then this one requires a little bit of extra work. So we have 1 yard, which is equal to 3 feet plus 2 feet plus 24 inches. Now we know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So 24 inches is equal to 2 feet, right? Because 12 times 2 is equal to 24. So then we also have another 2 feet here. So yard is 3 feet, 2 feet is obviously 2 feet, and then 24 inches is converted into 2 feet. Now we just add these up. So we have 3 plus 2, which is 5, plus 2 more, which is 7. 7 is the number we're looking for. So this one also works, okay? Now, again, I did work off to the side, as we can see here, right? I made conversions. I kind of used my common knowledge with measurement in feet and inches to figure these out. That is okay. We are supposed to be doing things like that to work through these problems, okay? Now, number 6. And again, if this doesn't make sense, friends, do not stress. Just join me, and I'll gladly go over any of these with you, okay? So, number 6. Susie is measuring furniture for her bedroom. She does not have a tape measure or a ruler. Instead, she uses her book. She knows that the length of her book is 8 inches. So her book is 8 inches. She's using that instead of a ruler. The table below shows the total number of book lengths Susie uses to measure each object, so complete the table. So that just means everything we have here has to get multiplied by her book. Because if we have 11 lengths of books, that's like her lining her book up 11 times, right? So we're going to take this 11 and we're going to multiply it by the 8 inches. Now, 11 times 8 is equal to 88 inches. So we're going to do the same thing for the dresser with 6 numbers of book length. Because she's still using a book that is 8 inches, so 6 times 8 inches is equal to, well, 6 times 8 is 48. So 6 times 8 is equal to 48 inches. And then the bookcase is only 4 books. So we're going to take that length of the book. So 4 times 8 inches, and that is equal to 32 inches. So this one was pretty easy, right? We didn't have to do any conversions. We just had to figure out. So instead of it being 12 inches, instead of her using a regular ruler, she used the book. So she had to know that the book was 8 inches long. Don't know how she knew that without a ruler, but she did. And that's what she used to measure her objects in her room. So if you have any questions on number 6, please join the Google Meet and ask. If not, we have 2 more questions, friends, and you're going to do one on your own before you move on to your iReady. So, again, if you don't feel comfortable in any of these, I guarantee you there's a friend in the Google Meet that's just as confused as you and has the same question. So make sure you're asking questions. Now, number 7. Raymond has an 8-liter water jug filled with water. Okay, he uses it to fill 9 750 milliliter pitchers with water. How much water does he have left in the jug? First things first, we need to know liter to milliliter. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. Okay, friends, just so we have that conversion on our paper. Now, first we need to figure out how many milliliters he has of water. So we're going to take this 8 liters and multiply it by 1,000, and that gives us 8,000 milliliters. So that's how much he used. Well, not how much he has, I'm sorry. So he has 8,000 milliliters. Now, he uses it to fill 9 750 milliliter pitchers. So first, it's not just one pitcher, it's 9 of them. So we're going to need to multiply these two numbers together to figure out how many milliliters of water he used to fill all of these pitchers. So we're going to do 750 times 9, okay? So 0 times 9 is 0. 9 times 5 is 45. So we're going to put the 5, carry the 4. 9 times 7 is 63. So then 63 plus 4 is 67. Now, we aren't done here. This is how much he used, okay? So he used this amount. He had this amount. So now we have to take this number and subtract it from the original number of milliliters of water. So we have 8,000 minus 6,750. Now, we can clearly see we're going to need to do some regrouping, so let's just do that. Just do it quickly. Oops, sorry, I didn't need to do that. We can just keep it 10. So 0 minus 0 is 0. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. And then 7 minus 6 is 1. So that means he has 1,250 milliliters left over. So our answer is D. Now again, friends, they're trying to trick you. They started with liters. They tried to trick you by really putting this into words and not putting it in number form. And then they changed the unit here. So it's important that we pay attention. And remember, these conversions are always going to be given to you. They're not going to give you a question without giving you all of the information, okay? That's why I give you that here. Now, if you have any questions, please ask. If not, we're going to move on to number 8. Our last one, then you're going to do number 9 on your own and tell me. So, Simone jogs 5 kilometers. How many meters does she jog? Well, 1 meter is equal to 1,000 kilometers. Okay? So, we're going to make a table. Are we surprised? So, here's my table. And we're going to have the first kilometer, second kilometer, third kilometer, and fourth and fifth. So we have 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, and 5 kilometers. So now we need to change this into meters. So we're going to plug in our conversion. So the first one would be 1,000 meters, right? Because 1,000 times 1 would give us 1,000. And then 1,000 times 2 would give us 2,000 meters. 1,000 times 3 would give us 3,000 meters. 1,000 times 4 would give us 4,000 meters. And then 1,000 times 5 would give us 5,000 meters, okay? So again, we're just multiplying our kilometers by our meters. Now, that means when she hit 5 kilometers, she hit 5,000 meters, okay? So, Simone jogs 5 1,000 meters. And again, if the table makes the most sense to you, stick with it. If it makes more sense to do the math this way with all the different steps and breaking it up, it's whatever feels the best to you. Now, the math journal. Name an object that's 3 feet long. Doesn't need to be exact. How would you find the length of the object in inches? So we have 3 feet. How would you go into inches? And what would the number of inches be? Join the Google Meet and tell me for a surprise, okay? And then once you're done with that, you can move on to iReady. Happy math!